I'm Maddie Melody.
And I'm Olivia Torchaglia, and we're with The Point.
Today's episode consists of news updates concerning the EHS Tea Club status, as well as a feature on Louis Rotella. But before, we're going to dive into the Antler Rewind.
In football, Elkhorn won a wipeout game against Beatrice with an ending score of 42-7.
In volleyball on the 10th, the girls beat York, Omaha, Gross, and Seward, not losing one set. Also on the 10th, the softball team played at Columbus tournament. They beat Columbus 5-1, Norfolk 8-0, as well as Beatrice 8-1.
In non-sport related news, earlier this week we visited with Mr. Baker, the superintendent, who informed us that after 42 years at Elkhorn, he will be retiring after this one. We will all be sad to see him go.
On to other news. Since its initial concept, Tea Club has had to fight for a spot in the school. Recently, things have changed that may work into the club.
Hello, I'm Brianna. I talked to Dylan Yetnin about the current status of Tea Club, and this is what he had to say.
Right now, we're a student-led club. So, our sponsors technically aren't sponsors, they're supervisors. Granted, last year as students, we did all the lesson planning, we did all that stuff ourselves. They were just kind of babysitters the whole time. Which, not to discredit them, we love Ms. Anderson and Ms. Jenkins, but at the moment, that's their official status. They aren't babysitters.
We also talked to Miss Jenkins as her role as an advisor and how she helped Tea Club become an actual club.
Well, a couple years ago, Dylan and I'm trying to think if it was Francesca came to me and asked if I would help them out in their student-initiated group. And I said sure, and it kind of just snowballed from there. And last year, we've kind of gone through the steps of we're headed toward making it an official club. And it meets weekly now, and so I feel really strongly that the students have really worked hard in making the club what they want it to be. And it meets every week on Mondays after school. And our last meeting that we had, I believe, had over 80 members sign up. So it kind of shows that there's a great interest in providing tolerance, equality, and acceptance of all groups of people.
I am Brianna with The Point. Back to you in the studio.
Louis Rotella will represent Elkhorn in a fashion show that supports Down syndrome. Zach has the details.
Louis Rotella IV has been selected as the 2016 Be Beautiful, Be Yourself fashion show ambassador by the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. We were able to interview this Elkhorn student about this exciting opportunity.
Louis, what are you most excited about Denver?
The fashion show.
Do you get a walk in the fashion show?
Yeah.
How do you feel about being selected as the ambassador?
And happy and excited.
Yeah, it makes
I first met Louis at Elkhorn Ridge Middle School. He was a 6th grader, and I had several students that were 8th graders transitioning to Elkhorn High School. And something we do is go and meet them before they come to us, so we can kind of build relationships there. I just remember they were playing kickball in adaptive PE, and it had this little high-energy kid who had kicked the ball. Instead of wanting to run to first base, wanted to turn and stare at me because I was this random guy in his new environment. And then one of the girls I was watching kind of got him going, Lou, remember you want to get your Diet Coke? And then he took off and kept going. And throughout the rest of the day, he kind of just kept eyeballing me. He has this little look he does sometimes. And so he kind of just met that way, kind of kept my eye on him a bit. We went back a few times, and then a few years later, here we are. He's a sophomore already. So.
Well, that's all we have for you this week.
Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.